Hi everyone, my name is Cass Clark. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I just have like a sit down talking type video. I'm sitting in my living room on the floor, my couch behind me. I'm using a ring light tripod and my cat is fixated on it. My cat is fixated on it, so he keeps moving it. I'm gonna grab him actually. Ugh. So here's my cat Muffin Man. He's a little stinker. He's a little stinker, and he always likes to cause havoc in everything that I'm doing. Every time I'm filming, every time I'm making art, every time I'm doing literally anything, he's like, my turn to destroy that. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about accomplishing goals and doing things that seem really hard from like an outward perspective because it's February 4th now, so it's still pretty early into the new year, but we have already gone a month into the new year. So that I know a lot of people with their New Year's resolutions and stuff probably have already gotten close to giving up on them or are like, oh, I didn't do it all throughout January, so now I can't do it in February. I'm gonna try and pet him and see if he'll just calm down. And I wanted to talk about something called limiting beliefs, which has helped me tremendously over the past few months, even the past year. So it is basically the mindset that I'm going through is that you can accomplish anything that you believe you can accomplish. The only reason you can't do something is if it's ingrained in your mind that you cannot do it. Now, limiting beliefs are things that you tell yourself, which are reasons why you cannot do them, such as, I can't get a better job because I don't deserve a better job and I only know this job. Things like that. That is going to be what all limiting beliefs are. He's nice and calm. And I had a lot of limiting beliefs, and I've just been identifying them and trying to knock them out as quick as I can. Like, I'll find one and focus on it for a week, 2 weeks, a month, however long I need to focus on it. I'll focus on that one limiting belief, and I'll be like, how can I flip the narrative on this thing? So one that I struggled with really badly for a long time is I didn't have a car and I didn't have my license, and my limiting belief was I'm a bad driver. I can't get my license because I have really bad anxiety about driving, which I have really bad anxiety about driving in the past. But what I did is I wrote it down in my journal. I wrote, I'm a bad driver. I do not have my license. I do not have my car. I will not get my car because I'm a bad driver and I am too scared to take my test. So I wrote that down. And then what you'll do next is you'll take it and you'll cross it out, write it in whatever you want. What I did is I wrote it in a pencil and then I crossed it out with pen and I wrote my next statement with a pen. This can work in any way. You can erase it, you can type it and then delete it and then retype it. Anything that you want to do, you can make it work. You may Muffin Man. So I crossed it out and then below it I wrote a different statement of opposing beliefs that were not limiting to the goal that I wanted to achieve. So I wrote down, I'm a good driver. I have my license. I love driving in my car and the freedom that comes with it. I wrote down all those things and I focused on that. And within a week, believe it or not, I had my license. And then by the end of that month, believe it or not, I had a car. So, and I'm 20 years old and I had never gotten my license or a car throughout my entire teenage years. None of it. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 4 years that I waited and didn't do this because I was terrified of not being able to do it, terrified of failing it, terrified of not doing good enough, and just that limiting belief that held me back. But all I had to do was really address that limiting belief, flip it, and then focus on the inverse of what that is. And I would recommend that you guys start doing that with things that you struggle with in your life. Like if there's anything at all possible that you doubt or that you think badly about yourself, it's okay to acknowledge it. If you have a bad feeling about yourself or a bad thought about yourself, if you think, oh, I'm ugly, you can go ahead, write it down. I'm ugly. Cross it out. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am sexy. I'm buff. Whatever you want to be, do it and make it happen. This video I don't think is going to be super duper long, but I want to do another video in the future where I have like a longer list of all the limiting beliefs that I found about myself. Oh, bye buddy. All the limiting beliefs that I found about myself, and then the reverse affirmations and how far I've come and how many that I've smashed. Where this year is the year of finding limiting beliefs and smashing them. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna gather my thoughts for a second and yeah, okay, so for you guys, I've cat hair on my face. I pulled out the actual exact affirmation and limiting belief that I did about the car thing, and I'm gonna show it to you and read it to you as an example. So this is, you're not gonna probably be able to read it because I'm sure it's in reverse. It's in my Hobonichi cousin. If you guys ever want a flip through of any of my journals, let me know, because I be journaling all the time and I would love to share this with you guys. But I wrote this out on January 1st, and I'll read a little bit of this to you guys. So my limiting belief that I wrote down was, I am a bad driver. I cannot have a car. Top line, crossed it out, wrote it in pencil, and then crossed it out. And then immediately below that, I wrote the opposite of what I wanted to be true. Whatever you want to be truth is what you are going to write on the bottom line. Whatever you're going to write, wherever you're going to write it, you write it as if it's true, as if it's already happening. And that is how you switch your mind into actually believing that is possible for you. My next thing that I wrote was, I am good at driving and my travels are always safe. I love the independence that comes with having a license and my own car. Sorry, I struggled to read that. My cursive's kind of sloppy. And then below that, I wrote, step into fear. I cannot grow if I remain in my comfort zone, which is very true. You cannot grow if you remain in your comfort zone, because if you never do anything that scares you a little bit, you'll never do anything new, and you'll never really learn new experiences. Everything new is scary because the unknown is scary to people naturally, and the only way that we can grow and crush our fears is by challenging them and stepping into them. And honestly, usually fear just is bred by ignorance, and once you experience that is actually giving you the fear, it's not as scary as it was in the beginning. At least that's been my experience for everything that I've struggled with in the past and as of late. So another thing that I had struggled with, and I'm sharing my struggles in hopes that anybody who's watching might be able to relate and be able to think about their struggles as well, and maybe take something from this, because if I would have watched this video a year ago or 2 years ago, I probably would have taken a lot from it. Rather than starting on the new year or saying, oh, I can't start it until I do this, I can't start it until I do that, today is the best day to start with every single thing that you want to accomplish. I know that sounds kind of strange, but it really is. Say you want to have muscles, and you're like, I want to have muscles, but I'm gonna have muscles by December, so I'll start in May. That doesn't make any sense. I'm just pulling times out of my ass for you guys. It doesn't make any sense to start your journey in May when you're thinking about it now, and right now that's a change you want to make. So if it's been called to your attention that you want to make this change, the present is the best time to start. And also, it's usually not immediate that these things happen. It's usually small steps over time that you've taken to get these things. And it really helps to do that if you're aware of what you need to do and aware of the end result that you want. Again, that's how these affirmations help so much. Excuse me, because you're writing it down and you're thinking about your negative thoughts. You can go deeper if you want, by the way. You can say, oh, I'm a bad driver, and I think this because why? Because I didn't practice much, because I learned how to drive in a big old van, and I was really bad at driving in the van, and the van didn't have any brakes, so it gave me anxiety. You can justify the route, and then go back to the affirmation, which is, I'm using the driving thing as an example still, which is, I'm a good driver, I feel safe while I'm driving, my travels are always safe. You can bring it back to that, and kind of realize that your past thoughts don't have to be the truth forever, because there's a reason that you had that, but there's also a reason that you're going to have the newer affirmation that you feel safe and that you feel comfortable. And if you can just believe in yourself attaining that, that's all you really need. I feel like I'm kind of just jumbling everywhere at this point in this video, and I don't know if I should have scripted this or if I have much more to say, but I just want to spread the message that everyone should believe in themselves, and you're able to do anything you want, possibly ever in the world. All you have to do is believe in yourself and know that you can do it, and come up with viable steps to get to where you want to be, and then you'll be there before you even know it, and you'll look back a month, 2 months, 3 months, and you'll be like, damn, I can't believe I thought that this thing was impossible because I've already done this thing. But without further ado, I'm gonna get off of here for the day. And I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your day. And I hope that every dream you have may come true.